It's a more interesting map, I think. I usually don't like too much two-player maps for PvP because you can do a lot of crazy shenanigans like two-gate proxies, or you can actually even cannon rush in some maps when you know how to do it. Like I think it was Blue Storm had a very strange cannon rush
Yeah,
setup.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So because of that, I don't like too much two-player maps. I rather enjoy more four-player maps for replays. For playing myself, that's not maybe the case.
So you like to throw in an occasional cannon rush as well?
Not really, but only because I don't do it like almost never, so I don't really know how they work.
Okay, yeah. I mean, some of these aggressive cheeses in PvP that you can do on two-player maps, as you pointed out, are very specific because you need to know how the minerals block and stuff. You can always go for the I built my first pylon in your main base and just throw some down some gateways. But that's not expected to work on this level of play between two very skilled opponents. And yes, we'll see most likely quite a different game here with Djem5 spawning as a brown Protoss on the bottom right hand side in the SAS draw. Does SAS still even work as a team? I don't know that. Spawning as a teal Protoss on the bottom left hand side. So cross position here. Gem scouting after gateway as Pylon and draw scouts after the gateway.
Oh,
So difference there. So let's see. I would assume that most players will go Zealot core Zealot here.
most
But
likely
we
yes.
could see one player skipping the Zealot, which can be risky if you're not cross position.
Even if you're cross position, I mean the zealot is basically usually it's not an aggressive thing because just one zealot is not a huge threat. But
Yeah.
it's possible. I mean, I know that I think Whitera some time ago made a post about how to go for a fast expansion, and it was something like Zealot, Dragoon, Robot, and then Dragoon from one gates and one Reaver
Oh,
before Shuttle, or something like that.
Dem is actually doing it. He's going for the core first, but he was able to confirm that draw is in top left hand corner. I think he scouted cross position precisely to get the information if he could go for the core first. And yeah, draw scouted top right hand first. He finds Gem on the second spot here, thusly going for the Zealot and then the core. So interesting.
Well, basically, I think the idea why you want to make the core before the zealot is either to get your tech soon. Oh, we do have a pylon, manor pylon.
Yeah, it's Mana Pylon. Yeah, that Mana Pylon is fine. It messes Gem's mining up a bit.
And also, it's also bad because since he didn't go for the zealot, then it actually will survive quite a lot longer.
Yeah, it survives a decent bit here. And now Gem adding the second gateway. In plain sight of draw, I mean, that really is secret information.
And no range so far. So for just knowing that there is no range starting, I think Draw can assume that after the probe dies, some kind of tech might get started.
Yeah, most likely. I'm interested to see that for myself. So draw with the first goon out now, working already on his range.
And two zealots as well. So
And Gem, I mean, he's up to something sneaky. He tries to get the pylon down before placing any tech, or before starting even range. Still has done nothing of the thought. Just getting two more goons here, and still no range. Now, this is bewildering me. Okay, it's just a late range. But starting 4 goons before you start the range is really strange to me. Okay.
I think it's especially like weird because the problem with when you're opening with the core first, it's either to have range faster so that you can maybe put some pressure, or to get faster tech. But if you go first for the Dragoons, maybe you're trying to catch your opponent with not having enough units.
Exactly. But then, even if you have one more goon, then your opponent doesn't really help you if he has range and you don't. I mean, not a favorable fight you're picking. And yeah, he's going for a fast expand here. I mean, after the 4 goons, so that makes kind of sense. Oh, but he's being a bit careless with his goon here. Might lose one. No. Gets away very close, but still takes a lot of damage on the goon. So it's up to Draw now to punish this, actually. He has gotten for a one gate robo build. He goes for the orbs first here. He didn't confirm the expansion, right? No, he didn't
see it. He just saw the Dragoons. And with
yeah.
I think Djem, with his, if he tries to attack just to kind of like make a move, not in the run back, then maybe Draw will think that it's like a 4 gateway or something like that, you know, because you usually would be kind of careful with your first Dragoons if you're going for an expansion. So maybe he's trying to fake that he's actually trying to be aggressive.
He will see the 4 goons on the ledge here.
Yes, the
it's just a moment.
Confirms.
Exactly. Now he's really expecting something aggressive here because he's going for the Reaver first, not the shuttle first. Interesting. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much. No, it really doesn't.
We do see 2 more gateways for Djem, so he is going Dragoon heavy. Still no Robo, no tech.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't know what Draw is doing. But he can confirm, I think, that Draw is not going for Dark Templars, given by his unit count. I mean, he saw a decent amount of Dragoons.
I mean,
so
yeah, but if you count the amount of gas that was spent on the Robo and the Reaver, and it could be DTs perfectly. Just, I mean, it's kind of a risky move for Djem, definitely.
Yeah, that's right. Perhaps he saw the observer floating above. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it kind of, by now he probably knows, but with the scalpel and the Robo goes down as soon as the observer reaches that, so that's kind of a way of saying DTs won't work for you now if you try to go for that.
Yeah, I don't think that any of these players. I mean, it's not an issue right now. DTs can come back in the mid game when you just use them to harass and stuff. But for now, the advantage clearly is on Djem's side with the early expansion, and the better economy, I assume. Yes, 4 probes more. He even has a better gateway count. Draws ahead in tech a bit, but as long as he's not aggressive with those Reavers, doesn't really accomplish a lot. So yeah, but I mean that's Go ahead.
Djem definitely wants to eventually get some tech. He's not going to be staying on pure goons the entire game. So the question is, for me, when Djem does decide to spend money on tech, is it going to be kind of like, is Draw going to notice that? Because if that observer that keeps flying in keeps getting the information that there's still no tech, then actually Draw may find a good opening to have like maybe 2 to 4 Reavers, and that could still be good enough to do some damage.
Yeah, and Draw is queuing the 3rd Reaver. I'm a bit surprised to see more than the initial 2. He's still on 2 gateways, which really bothers me with Djem shooting up to 5 here. And now getting the Citadel as well. So I don't know what Draw got the Templar archives at the Citadel so early. If he doesn't, make DTs, and now he's making DTs. Okay.
Well,
so he wants to drop some DTs, perhaps.
I think that the reason why he's making a 3rd is because he wants to drop with the. We see the shuttle go in with 1. I was thinking about that. Maybe that's the idea, to drop with 1 and still have at least 2 to defend.
Yeah. And now it's moving out, but I don't know if this is going to work so well. Because Djem has a decent amount of spotting pylons. everywhere, and he has enough units to have goons in place.
No,
Okay, he moves
yeah.
out with a lot now. Here the shuttle comes in. Oh, Jem, he missed it with his goon army just by a bit. Let's see his reaction time here. Ah, did he spot that?
I think he did.
Now he did. Now he should react. Oh, it's a bit of a late reaction, and
Oh,
Draw gets
oh
a good
my
shot
God.
up here. Wow.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh
that
God.
was horrible.
That position on
Whoa.
the gateways.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, no.
Ah,
Oh,
the Reaver goes down.
Oh, but
And the shuttle goes down. So,
32.
how many kills was that?
32 probes versus 46 now. So.
So about 12 probes, I guess. I mean,
And
roughly a
these are
dozen.
killing now some probes in the natural as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So that turned out quite well for Draw, actually.
And if you
I'm a
look
bit
now, he
surprised.
does have gateways. He did put more gateways while that was going on.
Yeah, and worked out. I'm surprised to say the least. Worked out really well for him. Now I think Gem will be on the offensive.
I think Djem is panicking a little bit after that. I think he just
Yeah.
knows that it's not something that he can like continue normally, and that's actually going to be a mistake because Draw has the tech advantage now. I don't know if he has Storm already. No, not
no,
yet.
Storm is not
Still-
done.
Okay, so but the Reavers.
So there is a
alone-
window. There is a window for Gem. He does have speed. He does have a good goon count. I mean, just two defensive Reavers cannot be broken that easy. Those are the main
Yeah.
problem.
And, the
And he
Storm
doesn't
will
know that Storm isn't finished, so.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, and even if he went for it, the battle is not going to be over in like 5 seconds, and Storm will be. So,
Yeah. So yeah. The point where you could have perhaps done anything is gone. Storm is finished, and Draw is going for the next drop here. I'm
and
really
there's still
surprised.
No tech by Djem.
I mean, he has the leg speed upgrade, and he's getting +1 now. He should add the Templar archives now. Just do so.
And whoa, 3 Reavers. I mean,
Yeah, that cannot be broken. And here comes the next drop.
yeah.
I'm really amazed like that these slow drops. I mean, with a slow
Are
shuttle,
working so
do
well.
that. Yeah, so much damage. Now Gem reacts really well, quite fast. But there's still a High Templar in there. It just unloads the Deletes and takes down the cannon. Oh, and yet again the probes bug between the gateways. He gets a nice storm off,
Oh, another decent one.
and that's 8 kills on that High Templar, and a couple more on the Zealots.
Yeah.
So it's really working out for Draw here.
Oh, and now the battle was beginning at the Draw's exit, and yeah. Those blanket storms.
Those are good, but Draw's army seems a bit. One Reaver is bugging out in the back, and this storm's, I guess, gonna save him here. But his army wasn't, functioning proper as well. You can see that Djem has still a large goon advantage, and these pylons actually do a great job of bugging out the goon AI. So Djem has to retreat here. I don't know. I'm not a fan of engaging in such a fight before Djem is able to get some High Templars out as well. But then that would have taken quite a bit of time, so.
I think in a way, one of the things that I think is a big problem for Djem, and that's kind of the reason why he was playing this way, is because since he went for a fast expansion and he never had an observer to kind of scout what Draw was
Yeah.
doing, it was very
now
difficult for him to know whenever it was tech, drop, or whatever. And Draw did have that opportunity to scout everything, so he kind of made the right call based on the information that he got.
Yeah, but what strikes me as odd is when you play. Yeah, it's an epic one. When you play the way that that Djem5 did, you ought to have goons positioned in your main and from every angle to intercept drops, because, I mean, that's the thing you can expect, right? That your opponent is going to work with drops.
Either
When you're getting-
that, that's one way to do it. And another way to do it is to constantly be applying pressure yourself, so that your opponent doesn't want to kind of send units for a drop because he doesn't know how many he needs to defend. That's the
Oh,
other
but
way.
the shuttle is a bit ahead of itself here. Could get picked off. No. Okay. And now Djem, yeah, can't really take that engagement.
DTs though, there's no obs, right?
Yeah, yeah. You should focus the Reaver. Focus the Reaver. Focus the Reaver while there's no DT. And no ops. Doesn't really do it. DTs are working on the goons. And yeah, Djem will hold here.
Oh, no,
But there's a good storm on the Echo.
And the Reapers are going to go to the main now.
Yes.
And what we can bet, but that they are going to
Again.
bug. Yeah, they're gonna bug again.
I mean, it's curious when you have the time to ride again instead of pulling your eco line. I don't know. I'd prefer pulling the eco line here. Okay, so Djem seems to be a bit mad about this game.
Well,
wow.
He is down 0-2 now, right? He lost the first one on what was that? Bloody Ridge?
Yes.
Was that? I think it was Bloody Ridge. No, it is. Yeah, I think it was Bloody Ridge. So that will put actually draw up 2-0 in the finals. And the first game was pretty cool with the style that Draw played at the beginning, especially with those pylons. But this one, I think, I would say that it was a little bit more of a mistake for Djem, because I was expecting more, more tech from him at that point. But
I think Djem was in a decent position, and you said it yourself. You, if you want to sneak in a drop, you kind of have to force your opponent to not leave units on defense to intercept the drop, because he feels like he needs them on the map to defend against whatever else you're doing. And Draw, he didn't do that. He just had one drop with a slow shuttle. I opened the game already, by the way.
All right, come on.
That Djem, I mean, could have just intercepted, just leave 4 goons in your main base.
Yeah.
And then a slow drop basically does nothing. And even if, you kill 4 probes or something, you don't want to donate a shuttle and a Reaver for that. So that was interesting to me. I don't know if I missed something there, but it did strike me as a bit odd.